Hi guys, my name is Gavin and this will be a tutorial on how to save lots of information to one file. I will be using some Python and I'm just going to get started. To start off, what we're going to do is you want to create a folder to start off. I created one called tutorial save. Right click in it and create a new text document like this. I'm just going to call it player info like that. Alright, next what you want to do is grab your Blender file and do file and then save. Let's go to our desktop and add it to that folder that you created. Now I'm just going to name this as project, like that. Save. If we go back, we should see now there's now project and player info right here. Alright, let's then go from defaults to game logic and go from Blender render to Blender game. I'm going to drag this out right here. Before we do anything though, let's add a game property and make it an integer. I'm just going to call this game info like that and keep it at 0. And what we're going to do is when we have it save our game, this number is going to be constantly increasing and it's going to keep adding and adding, so we should be able to get the notepad document to have numbers from 0 all the way up to where we stop the game. Alright, so let's then do text and create text block. Hit control and scroll up on your mouse to make your text larger. And just like in the other tutorials when we save game information, we need to import the BGE, and then from the BGE, imports logic. Alright, next we want to be able to actually communicate with files outside of our game. Let's do path is going to equal logic.expand path. Like that. Alright, let's then define our save function by doing define save, that, and get the controller and owner into our game. I'm just going to drag this out just a little bit more. So const is going to equal bg.logic.get current controller, like that, and own is going to equal cont.owner. Alright, next what we want to do is actually get the file, and we want to actually get the information that is currently in that player info file. Let's have game info text is going to equal path open plus, or actually open path, sorry, that was backwards. Open, then path plus, and then player info.txt, because that's the name of the file. And then put an R right there because we don't want to actually edit it just yet, we just want to read it. Next what we're going to do is have an info variable. It's going to equal game info text dot read line. So essentially what this is saying is you're going to grab information from that text file. It's just going to read it and it's going to store it in that info variable. Alright, next what we're going to do is have file is going to equal open and path plus and player info text, or player info.txt, and we want to actually edit it this time, so let's put w or writable. And then what we're going to do is have file.write. We're going to have info first plus, then we're going to have str or string of own game info. And then we're going to have a plus after that. Actually, I'm trying to remember if we should put a comma here between it. We can try this first. We'll plus, put a comma like that, then put plus after that. So what this is saying is that the information that is stored inside here, the info variable, is going to be written to that notepad document. It's going to add this, and then it's going to add the whatever the string variable game info, or whatever the game property game info is equal to. Alright, then at the very end, let's have own game info is going to plus equal 1 because we want it to add every time. And I'm now going to rename this as scripts.py. That. Actually, one thing I forgot. Let's make it so that we run the save function constantly. So your script should look like that. So the game info text is going to be just a standard version of the player info text that we can read. Info is going to be what that document says. File is going to be an editable a form of the document that we can edit. We're going to write this, and at the very end we're going to add one to the game info variable. Add a sensor always. Click those first 3 dots. You add controller in Python right here and connect these. Alright, add the script inside. I'm just going to minimize this. I'm going to make sure there's no errors when we run the game. So I'm going to hit P now to play. There aren't any errors. That's good. And if we go into our notepad document, we should see there is now numbers all the way up to, how far does it go? Yeah, pretty much from 0 all the way to 135 roughly. So that was when we finally stopped the game. Alright guys, that's how you save a lot of information to the console, or to a notepad document.